have absence. No other person has communicated absence. So I believe that they will.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Prince Dikocha hasn't come in because he's always an early bird.
Yeah. It's like we need to go to YouTube too today. Go live.
Are you sure? Oh my God. Okay. You're engineering that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw you about to Zoom is that.
That's it all. We know these things are bound to happen. I guess we just have to take it as it comes.
And you talk like a man. Because you know, I can't you know. It takes things, eh?
Yeah, at a stage in life, without asking yourself some questions.
Yeah.
How else can one take it? It is what it is.
Prince, you're welcome. You're fine.
Okay.
Hey, Kamala, they were.
I am wrong. I'm going clearly.
Are you boy?
Happy Sunday.
Oh no.
Same to you. Just come fetch my pen, Beacon.
Okay.
Awesome, getting beaten. Oh, good. Let's really beat them. 3 minutes.
Before 3 weeks, 3 draws, and 6 previous head-to-heads. League defeat against the Italian. Both into Spain at the Bernabeu, the home of Real Madrid. And children's also see there. The Charlton here for a so let's win the first man from Park. It's the second time.
Oh, shit.
Ada, can you notify them on the platform that the meeting has started?
Okay, let me just put a note out. Hold on. I'll put a note out on the platform now. Just a minute. So I'm not using my glasses.
Hello. Hello. Good evening, all. Also. Good.
I don't know one. Monua.
Good.
Thank you.
Madam Lord.
I think I'm not in it.
Slow. Good. So much. I don't know. It's slow. Why? Loading. It's loading. Why this thinking? Like this. What's loading? I don't know. I don't know. This is the problem.
Kai budan lo, oga gala.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Good evening. Can we just give people 4 more minutes? Let's start by 17:15. It's unfortunate that our people are wasting time unnecessarily. We start in the next 4 minutes, 17:15. That's 5:15. I would like us to finish this meeting in time because I have another meeting that time.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me.
I'll get my glasses.
only gonna permission for absent because I want to tell him.
It's
Hold on.
time.
Who is hold on?
Okay, thank God. Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
Sure. Don't get get biscuits. Is it? Yeah, Kaka, this is finished. No? When you went to shop, we'll get later.
Well, how do you mean? What happened in meeting time? Okay, all 5 guys there and okay, all 5 guys can think should be over. All 5 guys meeting over. Not 5 guys. Okay, all right. I'm gonna I think I already in the meeting. So I have some more time. I'm here 1 hour. Because of daylight. Yeah, thank you.
Ada kedu? Ada? Sorry, anụkwa m ife melụ gị.
Oh, Dala.
Your dad?
No, my dad, my uncle. My dad's immediate elder brother.
Your uncle, okay. Oh.
Dala.
Sorry, Obiko.
Dala.
No, what the fuck was that? I hope not know your uncle, but all the same thing. Your uncle is just like your father.
Come on, let me turn on the camera.
My cousin, I hear Uncle, so we have 2 adults.
Okay.
Oh, that one is Adobe. This one is Ades.
On this meeting, right? Or not on this?
On the US. On the US.
Sorry.
Dala.
Okay. Umunazuno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro Charles, can you lead us in opening prayer?
Good evening.
Hey.
Uche dị makwa n'afọ nne ma ọ sị mkpere anyị ekpere.
Hey, sorry, Uche ma did ihe ọnụ kwugese. Biko, ọnụ sị mmeri.
Ọ sị gị kpere anyị ekpere.
N'ebe ọzọ uru gbọmokwu.
Bora ya amụma.
Oke, m bụ amụma. Ngwanụ. Hey. Ngwanụ, ka anyị kpere ekpere. Onye nwe anyị Chineke nna anyị kelee gị n'ụbọchị taa. Ụmụ gị agbakọọla dịka anyị si agbakọ na mbụ. Ka anyị kwukọrịta ihe dịrịla anyị, mekọta ihe dịrịla anyị. Anyị na-arịọ gị ka ị nyere anyị aka. Plan ọbụla anyị ji na this gathering ka ọ mụtara anyị mkpụrụ ọma. Ihe ọbụla anyị na-eme ka ọ gaziela anyị. Ụbọchị taa ma anyị mma n'aha Jizọs.
Amen. Thank you so much. Umunazuno.
Yeah.
Prince Dikocha.
Pardon?
How are we?
Badro, biko ka nwunye m kene unu.
Oh, wow.
Good evening.
Oriaku.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the captain behind now part of that big ship.
Yes, very necessary. Very necessary.
Thank you.
Very necessary.
Come on, okay.
What? For now, oh my God, but I got what I very soon.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm any the last meeting. I know the minutes, and when I got through the minutes.
I got through the emergency meeting cover, so I suspended the minutes of that. So I'm gonna come going.
Okay.
Minutes of
according lengthy.
Lengthy.
Okay. Minutes of meeting of Uburu Development Union UK held on 14 March 2021. The opening prayer was said by Hygiene Sosibulem. In attendance were Adezo Suchuku, Hygiene Sosibulem, Uche George Onyemebra, Prince Dikocha, Okechukwu Charles Omusuribe, Henry Chinedo Omusuribe, and Uchenna Osigwelem. Minutes of the previous meeting was read, and in absence of any amendment, Adezo Suchuku moved the motion to adopt the minutes and was supported by Mr. Hajinu Sosigulem. Registration form online. Adezo confirmed that only 13 members have registered so far, and she was requested to reopen the online registration for the next 7 days. She promised to do so. Constitution. During the constitution review, Prince Dikocha made an appeal for us to use Igbo language in meetings wherever it is possible. And on the social media posts, also, he encouraged us to eschew rancor when cultural things about our community is posted on the platform, whereas religious-related posts are accepted without complaint. He said that it amounts to double standard. On couple registration, Prince Dikocha advised that we review our stand on couple registration and not to separate families. However, Mr. Okechukwu Omusuribe suggested that we regard couple registration as one single registration. He also advised that we try to tolerate each other despite our individual differences. In response, Mr. Henry Omusuribe made it clear that the Constitution allows for Igbo and English. 2, registered address of UD UK. It was agreed that our registered address should be the secretary's address. At the moment, the secretariat is located in Sunderland. On 3, on couple registration. Couples were taken as one single registration. It was generally agreed that we adopt the Constitution as it is, as a working document, and left open for amendments. AOB. And this suggested that we inculcate the habit of following people up, not just during meetings, as a general responsibility for everyone. Closing prayer. Uche George Onyemekara said the closing prayer at about 6:55 p.m.
Okay, thank you so much. That we've had some other meetings in between, but he tried to summarize in the meeting of the last meeting. But I could remember, I don't know whether you did read it. We adopted the constitution as presented.
Yeah,
I said that it's a working document which will be subject to amendments as time goes on.
Yes, I said it was generally agreed that we adopt the constitution as it is, as a working document, and left open for amendments.
Okay.
All right, you want me to reframe it? I can reframe it. That part of
no, it's okay. It's okay. I think we are all here, and that's the whole essence of the meeting. And like we said, it's a working document for, at least we have a constitution now, and people are at liberty to read the constitution. Maybe after every meeting, for people that are joining, if possible, maybe we can upload it again on the platform so that somebody that feels that he or she hasn't seen it or whatever will always be able to pick it up. So that at every of our meeting from now before June, if we have any amendment anybody feels on any section of the constitution, the person can bring it up during our meeting so that we can look at it. I think that is it. And when any person with anything to say on the minute as read, or do we adopt it and move ahead? Okay, there seems to be, everybody seems to be in agreement. So who is raising the motion for adoption? And who is seconding? You can unmute yourself.
Motion for adoption, please.
Okay. Fine. And seconded by?
Yes.
By Uche. Okay, thank you. Okay, do we have any matter arising from the minute, any outstanding action? I think the only outstanding action I have here is has to do with members registration. And that he said that only 13 members registered as at then. Have we any uptick on it, or are we still at 13? I mean, on the registration platform, we are muted.
Sorry, we have about 15 people that are registered, but active members are 12.
Okay.
Active members are 12. I mean, people actively attending the meeting. So.
Okay, I think I will speak again on this because maybe when I give you people brief on my visit, because a whole lot of things happened at a stage. It was like, yes, London, let them come and brief us now on one or two things. I will give us a brief on some of the things that they believe some of our people don't know about us, and I try to clarify what to break with the government in UK for now is all about, because to them, they believe that we've already taken off since, and it has been an existing union and so many things. And there is a whole lot of things that I will talk about. And I told them also in several meetings, the need for in good time to join the association now. And I say, na other market were mgbe he had the chuwe woji or mgbe abalị abịa scamper for safety. Anyway, that is it. The next agenda we have in our meeting, thank you so much, is update from Basil's burial. I don't know who will give us this update. Ada, I think you can be able to give us an update.
Okay. I'm not even give it now. So as I can tell everybody towards the contribution onile for the burial. So I really very grateful for all our efforts. I must all the very sudden, but we came out and we cooperated and showed our commitment to our brother. So Mona, thank God, I think was it on the 17th on Saturday around 5 o'clock. Genye Sister Darren, the 1,100 I contribute. Then on the graph for the this thing for the in that money, yeah, there was there has been a sudden change to the timing. Actually made the committal service at the burial ground. So now I changed the time from 1 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning. That the people handling the whole thing had some logistic issues, and the previous day, which was Thursday on the 16th. So I say that will cause a bit of wahala, because I'm so some of us Charibia from London, from Newcastle, but in help like by 9 o'clock, either to Manchester is almost impossible. Yes, now the whole thing break is now all just on Thursday night. Oh, now begging Mazi what to do. Now has okay with that date, then they have to move the whole event again, and she wants to get it over with. So yeah, that they have to go with the 9 o'clock. So then I had to communicate with the Tribia from Newcastle and London that it changed a late time so that they wouldn't bother themselves. So Nakimana Tango the grad there. I grad for the church service on the 22nd. Then the committal service, that's the final burial on 9 o'clock on Friday morning. And I think I posted just 1 or 2 pictures about the event. Then came back after this thing of Sister Darren Pro, so and Sylvia sent the Sylvia, Benji, myself, and thank God, I need Libya. So I'll send the Okprom Suko Kele everybody for everything, and that she's very grateful. Wakwen Silva, the same thing too. Silva posted a message too on the platform. So generally, I think everything went well. We are thankful. So that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. And were there any question or contribution to what the presentation from Ada?
In order now, the last meeting I'm ready before go na before that burial. On that meeting, Oku Prince Diko Chaku, right? But Okwa became more manifest, right? After that meeting. Like as Adauku now, Otutuni mind prepared, who could transport, Ageja, Bia, and may attend the burial. At least I run high also different branches on all sacrifice Arabia. But all of a sudden, the time was brought down. Definitely, I'm share back, I gave back. Or else, so the thing in the book, the transport I cancel share, even even Adam made hotel reservations for 2 people. At that point in time, when it was clear that nobody would be coming from afar, she had to cancel that. I commend her and clear me. But then Ishokumo that day, I'm sorry that I may be offending some people by using that language, but always you, right? All teacher from me in working make that Nandi gave me this barrier when a logistic problem. Maybe a cut or short the time when there was an option. You move to a different date. You consider that now when the show other places. I mean here I'll bury a man. Although in here so yeah there kind of justify here that statement that day. So the thing be the Kuremo as an individual because you all know if be an main or talk question. What can I get a take advice because na more look at the Isha me come that unilateral decision. But anyway, you have a man or was at them olden one, but what I'm going or we are him so come you as to dream know that my displeasure, not the way everything was handled.
Okay. Thank you so much. And when you have anything to add? Okay.
Sorry. I'm just clarifying maybe one or two things. Sorry, just permit me to say this in English. Basically, it wasn't her fault. I'm not trying to take side or anything. And Okporo, to the best of my knowledge, for some people like the pastor and, the confusion made her very, very uneasy. And it wasn't easy for her. It was just circumstances. We know we plan things, circumstances beyond her control. If it was something within her remit, then it's different. But this was totally outside her remit. That's the only thing I just want to clarify, that it wasn't in her power to change anything. I'm moving it to another date. Other people too that want to come, like me, for instance, I've booked that day off. I have to give like 2 weeks notice to my office that I have to take this day off. Changing that again, I wouldn't want to do that. So let's just, I just seek everyone's understanding over this matter so that we don't overflog it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ada. And thank you, Kenneth. On a general note, I want to thank all our members. To be sincere, I don't work that our motto is really what it is. I was impressed. I was monitoring what was happening even when I traveled to Nigeria. I was monitoring what was happening. People can remember the last meeting we had, I was projecting that if we can get up to 500 pounds, that we will send to them. But when the show comes to the show, we realize over 1,000 pounds. And this is an association that we have not even started making contributions. We haven't started doing anything. And the way we all rallied around for this thing, it's impressed me a whole lot. I want to, on behalf of the entire acting executive of the, I want to thank everybody for actually rallying around. And another thing I want to say, somebody said you should call a spade a spade. Always yoke that we say that it's a voluntary contribution or donation. We have 15 members. And from the list I saw, I think 12 people contributed, if I'm right. 12 people contributed. So I don't know the reason why the other 3 felt they shouldn't do. They say it's voluntary, it is what it is. But I think it's good a thing for us. There are some things like case voluntary, but you find out that the need for us to participate in what affects each and every one of us. So I want to sincerely appreciate and thank everybody that has contributed voluntarily. And you guys did a whole lot really. I saw the whole figures that we are contributed, and I was projecting that 50 pounds we said, and said that if all of us, 15 of us, pay the 50 pounds, we might be able to get close to 750 or whatever. But you guys actually took the bull by the horn and tried to demonstrate that motto, that spirit with which we formed the association. That of Obi-Wan. And it's a good thing. And I want to say something because during the burial of my brother, the the Umudre, and we have Umunoji, that is our kindred, and we have Ononulo. For some of us, that's my hand Ononulo dream burial. That is Umunadiga Biano. Then after that, Umunoji Nuzi is sad down. After that, the entire Umudre is sad down. So in the process, there were a lot of side talks regarding this Basil something. And to be sincere, even the Eze himself came at a stage. That's Eze and Ekwe. And I had to take time to talk and address the whole issue. And I went through memory lane. The Ariguzo family people were all there. And they are the people who are Nisi. Then by the time I finished going through memory lane, as per what we have done, the meetings we had, what the Ariguzo people said, confirming the situation on ground, and the area we went and whatever before the decision was arrived at. And I started asking them some pertinent questions about what they themselves even did as a family. At that stage, the entire community actually descended on the Ariguzos in terms of asking them what they did when all this information were filtering down to them. Or is it now that something has happened? So by and large, we tried to clarify that. And that was the time it dawned on both the Ariguzo family and everybody that burial is holding in Manchester. And the earlier they start getting to, because they were planning to hold meeting on Alfonso's burial date on it. I said there is no need of planning any meeting, that the burial has already been fixed and it's going ahead. So they should even forget the meeting they are planning in advance, that it won't change anything. And it's that time that it dawned on them. And from the look of things, for some of them, they started communicating to Darren afterwards in terms of that one or two, we are still very hesitant. That one is the person's business. And I've told them what's happened. As much as possible. That's what I'm saying. So many things came up. And I will even say that since we are talking about burial now, I will use that to announce here. When I was about leaving, they called me again because all of them are now aware in the community that there is Uburu Development Union in UK. They are aware now, even everybody is aware that there is Uburu Development Union in UK. I try to tell them that we are still at the formative stage, but they all believe that the union is existing and running. So sometime last week, I think I sent a text to Ada and Kenneth. They called me again that when you break when we're in London, now United Kingdom. I saw you break again. Who is this person? They say Sondo Kechuku. I think I asked them to check our records. I said I can't remember us having any of such name in our record. Then thank God Ada checked. Ada said she's not aware. The person is not in our record. Kenneth said the person is not in our record. Then I started asking. I realized that he used to be in Germany. I relocated to London around 2 years ago. And I called the chairman of Uburu in Germany. That's Celestine Onichi. I called him. He confirmed that actually the guy used to be in Germany. They relocated. And since last year, he has been telling him to join the Uburu Development Union here around December. That the guy has been Obulehe church, and whatever. He doesn't want to do. Now, whatever happened. So, well, I called the people that called me. I said, well, this person is not in Uburu Development Union in UK, and we don't even know whether he's based in UK or not. The last time I know is in Germany, so I don't think there's any role for us to play there. But what I'm trying to say is that, please, we are not praying that people should die for whatever reason. But as much as possible, let's try to inform them they need to come and associate with their brothers, with their sisters. They need for them to come and enroll and be part of what we are doing here. We are not asking anybody. After we go to our constitution, which I believe by June, we will start implementing it. That is something we talk about during the OOB. What we are going to be paying is not more than £10 per every 2 months. Then, and we are not praying that we'll be having occasions like this that will warrant us spending so much money. So let us try as much as possible to call our brothers and sisters be anywhere in United Kingdom on the need for them to join the association. It won't cost them anything. Our meeting now, for now, we are still on Zoom until the whole COVID something clears. Then we will start seeing how we can move the meeting around and how often we can start moving the meeting around. But for now, we'll be applying the Zoom platform. So I want to announce it now. Please, anybody, I come tomorrow now. Nka is the money all you the break with the region in the UK. You all have anybody program, how would the power ever? So the question as if now, or one is in charge of anybody here now. So that is the mentality now of the whole Uburu. We all know United Kingdom, anything any person will break with has can't want to break with the region in the UK or how was in charge. Meanwhile, man, these people, we don't even know that they are in UK. They are not even part of what we are doing here. They don't join us. They don't do anything, which is not a good thing for some of our. Please let us tell our people we are not praying for anything bad to happen, but they need for them to be part of the meeting. Okay, I'm not waiting with anything to say.
I hope none anything.
No.
Ebido the ka chairman si wee kwuo kene mo ada and do it in area Manchester Alan Rinna if I was the parable na owo ke no n'uno wala oke na n'ama na ngwugwu ogiri na ọ nọ n'anya ọkụ fine yes aya dị ezoro ezo Uburu Ekwe nọ na London nwere meeting nke ebido meeting nwanne nya ahụ a repeat ife nkwu oke nọ n'ụlọ bụ oke gwala oke nọ na mana ngwugwu oge na ọ nọ n'anya ọkụ amara m ka this our meeting na ebidoro nwanne nya ahụ tiri wee gbasa wee luo nke bụ na oluo na nke bụ na enwezi ebe a nọkọrọ nzukọ ọfụ ọ bụ na ndị London meeting nke nwanne ji wee mee nke nwanne like onwe ife dapụtalụ eri oge since 2000 and again I nọ na Ekwe friendship meeting na-aga ana m anatakwa n'ụlọ ọ bụrụ ife mụ na ndị mma anọdụ anya na-akpalịbị ya ọbụla alụ ọ ka onye si wee dewekwa n'onwe ya otu ọbụla onye si dewe onwe ya ka o si wele enweta ọ bụrụ ife na anyị na-eme dịka anyị si wee kwuo na mbụ ka mmadụ ghara ịghọtafe ma ya dị ezoro ezo anya dị ezoro ezo anyị chịpụta ya pụta n'ike ma ọ bụrụ akpọghị nwa ori awụ ka ilesi anya ka ịzọ ife warrior tiri n'egwu ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-anọdụ here na-ekwu na village that na ndị nọ London bụ nke nke ọzọ a na-enye anyị anya na ike ịmụta ka oge anyị nọ Ọnịcha ekwedobe idu abịa nwakapụta ego wee kebe ego by branches or states ebe ndị nọ ndị eweta London anyị dị equal to the tax quite all right but ọ bụrụ ọ nwere okwu ga-abịa alụm like this mee wevu anya ụmụ ga-agba kurugodo na nwa nkịta na when we are ready we let you people know this union bidoro nwanne nya ahụ ka ọ nagala itinye bi ebe ahụ na-adị ekugobie like the burial like as you said or free will ọ bụrụ force mmesi n'obi onye olu ome ọ bụrụ ife aga na anyị dị 15 asị arịrị nwere nna okwu na iri mana ije na-afịa arụ wela agafe so na ọ bụrụ ife ọ ga-abụ anyị nọdịfụ a na-eme na anyị dị igwe atụrụ adị mere ife igwe atụrụ ọkwa ndị a ga-akpọ akpọkwafa mmadụ ịtọ ama ga-apụtakwa iche apụtakwa yakwa represent ya ndị fa na-agala ihe biko ife nnachi ikwu n'ime ya bụ na ka anyị malụ etu anyị ga-esi wee na-asa ndị okwu ọ dị ka ọ ga-edebasịlụ nwụrụ etu esiri wee dee leta pịa leta esekleta gakwa na gafie ụzọ gaa ụzọ na-ekwesịrị ịga because etu fasi wee na-eche etu esi wee na-agwafe etu fasi wee na-anụ na ndị na-akọ ọlụfa ọ dịzie fa ka ọ bụ etu ọnwa ka o si fu wee dị obodo ngwado onye nọbụ Germany batara hie nwụrụ echi amụkwụrụzi okwu Germany kwụrụzi na ọ nwụrụ oge ochi ọzọ oge ịkpọbaziri asị na ọ nọbụ Germany wee bata this country ọ na-aka ụka ọ na-eje ụka nke because ebe ebidoro anafọ ụka anụnwa onye ọbụla na-akpazi iche iche ndị nke ọzọ ndị ọgọm ndị na-amara Chukwu ndị ama mma Chukwu mma mgba ka imi na anya dịbafụ so ụmụ ife ndị anụnwa ka anyị ghara ịdị na-agbalị ọsọ maọbụ ịdị na-ezo onwe anyị ezo maọbụ ịdị na-eme na anyị riri na anyị nọlọ UK na anyị na-agụta n'ozi maọbụ etu ekwu ndị nwanne anyị nọ biti na anyị bidoro ụbọchị a fụrụ ana m ekwu ya na-ekwusi yes anyị na-ekwu ya nwa na-amụ ya asọ a ga-adọchiwa aka klọk ka azụ ọ dị ụbọchị Ọgọst nwụrụ ụmụdibi ka chi eforo ịfụ ndị Ekwe ma oke ma ngwere ọ dị nke ụbọchị amanụ na-ekwu okwu sị na ndị a nọ na mitin ndị a nọ na mitin ife nọ na mitin odeọlụ ife nọ na mitin odeọlụ bụ ndị Ekwe uche I will name them Hippo Chinedu Nwosu mụnwa na Emenike Nwobi Aunty Rose Aunty Esther nwunye de Ọgọst na Peter nwa ka m ga-esi wee na-agụsịsị ya ife a bụ ndị mma na-abịa bugefa enyi other people otu ifrensi ọkpọ onye mmadụ one abụọ maka onwe ndị ga-akpọ na-akpọ ndị na onye ọbịara anabịa denyere anaba ọgbafelu onye chọrọ ịbata mitin ọsọ gị ọ dị ka klọb ọkụ ifu onye nwere ike ịfọs I will force nobody ma m gwara na gị na-ekwe ebe ụmụ nwanne gị nọ ịlaiki ya ịbịa ịlaikụrụ ịnọ ịlụ onwe gị onwe ndị na-alaiki ịnọ ịlụ onwe fa ka ha ghara ibupụtebe onwe fa n'ezi onye ọbụla bịa ọnwụrụ nwa nkịta ya na-arụ mana ụbọchị ife meelụ onye ọkpọ ọhụrụ na Naịjirịa sị ya na mdụ ife ị na-ekwu na ma aghọtarị period mụnwa etele ya gị off ọ kọọrọ m.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Prince. I quite appreciate your concern. And like I said, I only get in Ofuma. Say that I was surprised that I don't grab that whole just like you said that look, Uburu UK is just we are just at the formative stage that we have not even started the association. So yes, I'm going to break on UK, but Odehoka, Aba branch, Onitsha branch, Lagos branch, all these people that have been there since, and then this that look, we just felt that it was a need for us. I don't hear what is even with you. I'm saying I believe that it was a need for us to have a break. So we decided to start calling our people together. That's it's not as if we have completed, that we are still in the process. So that is where we are. I think that's what it is. And I think so far, so good. The only thing is that I think with what we are currently doing here, I'm so much impressed with the kind of comradeship that is existing among Indian Abia, like you said. They are neither here nor there, but we will continue. And like I said, nobody is going to give us any beer that they will break with the development union in UK to pay whatever. We are still trying to get ourselves through. Thank you. So I want to also because when him to Jubu and when him to suggest. Now we've seen what we did on Basi. I don't know. Do we need to ask Darren whether she wants to continue being a member of this UDU or whether she doesn't want to? Is it not something that you people feel we can pass across to her? Whether she wants to continue being a member of Uburu Development in UK or whether she wants to opt out. Like we said, it's not a force. We believe that since the wife and the our constitution on section 2, when we talk about membership, that every couple is regarded as a member and registered as a member. So I believe that Basil's registration, always you could that we have not started paying yet registration for another was. We believe that Basil enrollment means that Darren was also enrolled alongside him as Mr. and Mrs. But do you people feel that we can mute the idea for her and see, well, if she's not trying to accept, so be it. But if she's trying to accept that she's supposed to be a member of Uburu Development UK, what are your suggestions? feedback,
Yeah.
suggestions.
I'll suggest that since our constitution has that a member registering goes along with the partner of as the case may be, we'll put it to her that it's in our constitution. So it's not down to her to tell us what she intends doing, going forward.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Prince.
Okay,
Kenneth.
I'm sorry, a church is not the proper because now I register. I am not there. Right, so I'm here too well, but in the register, Basil register. Ada is Basil's name in that register? Do you think so? So, every Basil register. Oti da here. Mo a eshim register. Eti ma ham tiga ham nyem. Enwere ike ndo ozo no nga registration ha tira ha hu. I don't know. So, but for
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Ada, you can confirm.
So all everybody Tigre, Tigre, their spouse as next to kin, but I feel that the form on their spouse behalf as a member, and I put it during that time. So now, when they register the form, go to when the spouse as a member. I put it that day clearly. It's not here, but the way I design all the form, gitiga next to kin. Then only feels now Uburu non-member like Kenneth Tigra separately again as a member. So if we do the count, I now count Winnie as a member. So, but for Basil, he just filled his name and the spouse name, the wife's name as next to kin.
Yeah, we will talk about it because our constitution, we have a position. If you go to section 2 of our constitution, we
Section
register
what?
section 2. I can't remember the subsection of the constitution. When you talk about membership, it said that couples are registered as a member. So we will go to it and then Uche Onyemeka, you are on mute. You are still on mute. Okay, yeah.
Nobody can
No.
What time she got acquired that day, I registered myself and I registered my wife as well as a member, So I don't know because I registered the two separate. I did two separate
forms.
So in the constitution, spousal membership for the reason of biannual dues, registration fees, couples are treated separately. So some people they register their spouse as member, but some did. So everybody the same thing. And in this particular case at hand, the wife will take it down and the wife has.
Okay. No, when we, because the question is this, let's hear from Prince before I throw open also what I fear, because it will look somehow if he decide automatically to say because this guy didn't do it. Okay, Prince, let's hear from him. There.
Because on the judge when they can't judge Abalaga Bebos just say Ekwe selling. Agwan Umunya de Basel.
Yeah.
Also line and yaw meet no fatal before given a dabata. Another thing of the name, the more mother dafa, because Mr. and Mrs. Yadi for what dinner Munye.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Subudina Munyegi, it is here that son. All of a gun organ and Munyegi register again. Najin can white and was it almost where's on. So this woman, I want the if I for Uncle Chairman, okay, Uncle Quasim, okay, for Ia Ulefi, Imolika double if you Luana Millie. My name and force in Yabi if you are 1 year and you will make all.
Yeah.
I just know if I'm for dog gossip. nwunye due to etu anyị siri pụta etu anyị siri wee meefu mmadụ akpọrọ the woman sị anya bịaba
yes
ọkwa ịghọtago ọnya ebe ịfọ na-adị agwụ ụlọ dịka oge Kenneth nwanne m kwuru okwu nwaanyị famili nwaanyị na-achị ya famili nsogbu odịla ebe ahụ ọ bụrụ ụmụ nwaanyị niile kwanụ nwụrụ ụmụ nwaanyị anya luanị like nwunye dị Ọgọst na anụnwa di ya nwụrụ ọnọdụkwa na esolo na-abịa mitin enwegasịrị lot of meeting nọgasị di nwụrụ nwunye fa amalụ dịka etu ndị a siri wee bịa wee pụta ya ma nna chighi azụ na ya nwere mmadụ ebe ndị ya nọ nwaanyị a na-eje ụka nwaanyị a na-eme nke ọ na-eme nke ọzọ ọbara ọnwụkwa onye ego ebe a kịta ya eje ịrakịrị ya si ya nekwa ife ndị ya kwuru mmiri na-awụ n'igu nwaanyị ahụ o metụ ya n'obi o siri anyị n'obi pụta ifụrụ nwaanyị a ga na akwa ifụrụ mitin n'anya ọ ga na-ate ndị ya all the time o kwuru na a ga-enwe mitin oge nwere ike ọ na-excuse sị na ya mma mbịa na anya mitin mana iji esi ya nakwa ife ndị egwegwo na asị ya abịanwu ihe enwe ike ịdị na-esolo anyị na-eme mitin maọbụ na ịma nsolo anyị na-eme mitin ọ sị ka ya loo onye elo o nwere ike olu osisi anya ọ sị ewele ụjọ dala enwe n'elu sị ka anyị rapụ na nwaanyị anụnwa ọ bụ na o nwere afọ ojuju na di ya nwụrụnụ kpatara mitin nwanne nyaahụ anyị wee sie taa wee pụta due to date due to time a na-eme ife nke unu na onwe unu m gwara unu etu m siri ụkwado ịbịa this area so biko n'uche nke m asị uche onye adịla njọ achọrọ m ka a ga gwaba the woman ma ọ ya abịa ma ọ bụ na ọ ya abatara mitin mana ofu onye siela ọrụ elisi mana ọra siela ofu onye mma nlisọ ife anyị na ebe a bụ ịtụwalu ọtụkwu unu n'obi pụta sị na anyị eji egwu ya ka ọ bata fine and good na nsisi agwụnye etu a ka ọra
okay enwere another brother chọrọ ikwu okwu ka enye
unmute yourself. You're mute.
unmute yourself.
You're mute.
You're mute. You're unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a black camera.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He has muted himself.
You have muted himself again. Try and unmute yourself. And
Okay, you're mute now.
on.
You can talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I support me here the last speaker. So here basara we and one I work Basil. So I wanna break where development on the empire well. So got your habia. So and then China burial dear. So kweshikwa bia kelo mu dear. So jukwana hot hair gishi a gabata meeting the Koyaga habata. So maybe na dia korale ma dia kowahare. So ya no ebe hanon. So makomo umunai dear haporo. So the thing what the reason ekpo na phone ma egwa we say natural ka join a meeting. So because I got a royal so I go na be join a meeting. I got the camera force. Be join a meeting. So it's better that I have progress. Then I want to decide. I want mama hear them so question be anya ekele. Do I a lot here get share no ten ga share no so my support na the last speaker group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else am anything to say? Okay, but I want to go back to the suggestion I made. You see, for whatever reason, like all of us in the bar now, thank God now, Prince, okay, we do meeting, April your wife, say Kabia Kele Omona. I am sure now your wife's phone or WhatsApp is added to this platform. Simple. Most of the time, your wife now they are not in us. I'm want to make a door now. Okay. Most of the time, one they are not in us. Then I am sure now her WhatsApp number is added to our group platform, and I don't have it of us here. Sure. I know. I'm how many of us here. I'm sure that their spouses, their partners' WhatsApp number are added to this platform. So you will find that in such a situation, oh yeah, I'm going to keep Brianobi, but how else does the person even know when we are doing the meeting? If the person is not on the platform, how will the person know? And like Ekwe, I don't know get meeting. Daring Umuye, she has personally thanked us. And she passed this message through our members. Assuming she is in the WhatsApp platform, I believed that based on those information she passed to our members, she would have passed it through that WhatsApp platform to all of us as well. She would have seen the notice for this meeting, and maybe, I'm not saying definite, maybe she would have been in this meeting. So it's based on all this, and that I'm saying that I still believe that it's necessary that we are not trying to force her join. We are trying to say, you know, we have provision for spousal being members of this. And you have actually extended the greetings to this. Do you still feel you want to be this? It's more or less like a suggestion. That maybe for whatever reason, here we have our number past here, and we don't have your number on the platform. This is the way it is. If she says she's joining, fine. If she says she's not joining, there is nothing we can do about it. Like we say, we are not forcing anybody to do it. We even have some people that we have put their name here before. You people know, like that's it. We have 15 people, 16 people, but only 12 active people. Then the question is that where are the other 4? They don't attend meeting, they don't participate in anything. Meanwhile, they're registered here. So all of us also, we have our spouses, where are there? And we need to take a decision with what has happened now. 2 things. I still think that we need to actually brief her and possibly add her to the platform if she feels like, or if she doesn't feel like, no problem, we leave it the way it is. Then secondly, maybe we start looking at the possibility of adding, if we can accept, our respective spouses or partners to the WhatsApp group as members. And if we don't have their details to get their details in terms of the forms that we currently have, so that we will complete all those forms as well. I don't know, that's what I feel that we should do. Except if we feel it shouldn't be that way. I don't know. Any suggestion? Kenneth?
Yeah, on. I'm to course. It's a broad course, but management. And when I management by grapevine. From me, chairman. Agmas, he modify I may management by grapevine. Or I recall, I go after the article on 1,001 only to equal up into the organization. Or and then so be very close that can be truthful and honest to us. If they can in grapevine chip in without us being frontal to it. So Mama, is this like kind of second of Mama or what she really wants from her heart of heart or not? By that time, if we get this feedback, we will be able to now know whether to approach her formally or back off.
Okay, I'm on my place to put something, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't even think we are going to approach her any formally anything. What I believe is that just like the way people get join us in the meeting, if she tells anybody now, if she tells Ada or tells Siveria or tell Ben or tell Thank God or tell that she wants to be part of this, it's just for us to say somebody wants to be part of this and add it to the WhatsApp platform. Then she will be able to complete the form. We are not going to start as if we are begging anybody. We are not begging anybody to join the Uburu Development Union. It's a voluntary association which people can join. But what I'm raising it is because of we have a provision that says spousal member, that is partners will be. But I just realized that here they will carry a phone number one person and not the 2. And if you have phone number of one person, with what has happened now, there is no way the other partner, and we don't know what she has in mind, whether she wants to come. That's why I'm saying, like you mentioned, you can call it a grapevine meeting or whatever, to get her consent in terms of whether she wants to be part of this. If she says she doesn't want, so be it. There's nothing we can do. But if she says she wants, then all we need is somebody to say, so this number. We even have a number for whatever reason, because she has not said she wants to. That's why ordinarily I would have said, let's add that number to the WhatsApp group. But that request has to come from her. So that's why I believe, from my personal opinion, not that if the house says otherwise, that you people don't think is what should be done. And yeah. Prince, okay.
Yes, I still insist on what I say. By you cover the woman, you wanna me and na drag this issue. If I got not at this meeting when you go. This phone na appear. Which number da? Which number kedu nwa dejio? Ọ bụ na meeting na dịka ịta isi wee pụta na asụ ya ụsọ. Kekene m ntị, kekene anyị ntị biko. Ọkpọ oke afọ anụnwa biko. Etu o siri zie efe ozi ka ekenele ya ndị a. Kedu ụbọchị ndị a ji enwe meeting? Kedu ka ya ga-esi wee kenegodo ndị a? Na amakwụnyere na ya ziri Okeke, na ya ziri Kenneth, na ya ziri Sylvia, ya kenele ya ndị a. Ama m na ya dị emezi meeting ka anọdụ ofu ebe. Nwunye ọdọgọ si na bịalụ kene Ekwe. Nne Ekwe ma nwa ebe nwata na-ebe akwa alụ aka. Nne ya nọrọ ebe. Onye njenje ka onye isi awọ mma. London abụrụ meeting izu ngaba n'ụwa m na-eri oge m pụtara ụwa. Nwaanyị a mmemmesi n'obi. I repeat, I mere free will donation. O metụ gị. I gaala akwamozu 1000 enwere ife. O nwere ife dịka akpọrọ mmadụ oku mmadụ azapụta n'ọlụ gị. Ndo ọ na-agwọ ọya. Ọ na-ehihie obi. Ka ghara iburu ife a na-adọkasị ya nwaanyị ka emekwa enyi etu a ka esi etu a wee kpọọ ọnya ka e wee jụọ ọnya. O metụ ya n'obi nya kpọọ Sylvia. O metụ ya n'obi nya kpọọ Ada. Ndị a na-akpọgodo o ji nọmba fa. Mụ kwa na o ji nọmba m. She have my number. I send my number to her. Woman onwe gị with the chairman. Even though ọ ya eji nọmba gị because ị na-akpọ ya na phone. I'm sorry. O nwere ike ịdị akpa but ọ bụrụ na akpọ ya na phone. Ọ ya sevri nọmba onye dị etu onye a na-agwụ ya okwu a na ọ mmadụ ka ọ bụ olu ụbọchị dị etu a na ya ga-akpọke na onye a. Kedu ka m ga-esi wee kene ndị a? Ka a ga-esi wee kwụ onye ukwu walụ?
Okay.
Mmiri ya esi gaa na mmiri mana inye mmiri na-enye nsogbu. Nwaanyị o metụ ya n'obi nya kpọọ Sylvia. Na ọ nọrọ na WhatsApp group. Na ọ nọrọ n'ife o nwere ndị o ji nọmba fọ nwere ike contact. Ekwusigo m.
Thank you, Prince. Okay, fine. This way, yeah. We are not hearing you. We are not hearing you.
No, we can hear you.
We are not hearing you. Fine. Maybe you will log out and log in again.
I know how to meet now.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I think to be sincere, it's like we are all saying the same thing, but from different perspectives. Like I said, she knows what to do. And let's see what happens in the coming days and coming weeks. And we'll be able to update our members in terms of whatever. Okay, another thing that I don't want us to lose sight of is the form that we filled. Ada,
yeah.
Based on what we said now, members, do we think that we should start to get our wives or our spouses that have not completed their own individually to complete their own individually? Yeah.
Orukas chairman kum na shakamba. Asem kuna obikem. Agmasina na. Mo can register here. Yona ya jahan munye. Right? Because I got in Kubu Kwenaji. Makana always your guys na walking around munye noya. But kaimara that na onwere some circumstances the wine na get interest for no reason, simply because of either lifestyle or orientation. And Jim Gawa, but what meeting now on a meme, it can happen. I'm not saying that. So can you go option for soft opt out? And what's what circumstance? I can work on can wine, but whereby in a family working on they are in tandem, in agreement, in consonance. Then where they're here, yeah, they're here.
Okay, thank you so much. I think, okay, thank you. I think the only thing I will say here is that if anybody feels that he or she has in mind of registering their partner to the meeting, but for whatever reason, the time you completed the form, only one form is completed, please, we can reach our secretariat and get our partners' details and complete the form so that we know that we have 2 registrations in place. Like you said, we have instances, it's obvious, whereby some people, for whatever reason, like here in Ekwe now, and when some people know how to their church prohibit them from joining meeting, the wife can decide to be the husband saw a hand or whatever. So we cannot assume for anybody that is a given that the 2 of them are part of it. But if we feel that we have had this, and for whatever reason, based on what we said as at the time we are starting, that 2 people or a partner did not have 2 forms completed, and you feel that you are supposed to have both you or whatever, please, we can possibly, I don't know whether we can open that file so that for people that falls within that category, we have between now and the next 1 week to complete the remaining forms for our partner who we didn't complete the form as at the time we close the member, so that we know that.
So, etiglem the form that the WhatsApp already, and etiglem the Constitution. Are we going on at the meeting right now? Ne registered. I don't know who is on Galaxy G20.
Oba weekend.
Please, if you can kindly fill out the form.
Form. If you go my own form,
okay, all right.
Yeah.
The first name because it will just for my attendance record.
What's your
Victor.
Okay, Victor.
Yeah.
Victor. I have Victor, but I wasn't sure who. Okay, thank you. So anybody can their spouse register, you can go ahead and do so. Thank you.
Sorry, I was happy open for about two.
Yeah. That's fine. I'll leave it open. But the not consequences, the implication of the registration is that they will be seen as separate members. So in terms of monthly registration, or all those financial commitment and engagement, I guess the partners too have to commit to that, right?
No. That's not our agreement the last time. Except
what's in the Constitution? Because that's what the Constitution says. I'm just looking at the Constitution.
And in the last meeting I made in the Constitution, there were voices. We said and we agreed that it's a joint registration, right? So that doesn't hold. Except I decided to say no working up now. But my understanding is that registration work register we register, but in due how per family household.
Then we have to change it in the Constitution because it says that the spouse will be seen as a separate member. So I'm just reading what's in the Constitution. So as I read it, I make a class and I get change. I'm just reading what's in the document right now. And what we say is the spouse will be separate. So if we are saying one family, we have to document it and make it clear. That's all.
Oyibo wa gbara mma nọdụ na bem nwee fọm iche nwunye m enwe fọm biko that constitution ọ bụ na edele na spies ga-adị iche mụnwa prince I say no, okay? One form adịka oge m kwuru okwu sị Mr. and Mrs. amara m constitution anya debere imi na anya Nigeria etu avasiri wee dịrị di na nwunye nọ n'ụlọ biri n'onwe ọ dị ka ife Kenneth nwanne m kwu ọ bụrụ na ị nwee fọm na-abụ na ego ị na-atụzi na wọmpa nwunye ga na ụlọ gbasaziri agbasa onye a dịzi iche onye a biri iche biko anyị ga-alụ constitution a ka anyị nwere ike ime ya amend ọka adịrọ late one form is okay or nothing like two forms ị ga-welu form nke nwunye ga-eweta.
No, Prince, Prince, I'm happy that two of us are members of ECFA. This has been an issue in ECFA.
Sorry, because if I didn't EFC, Kagala, with if I didn't old all, a watch your governor and banning them, Naban, opening in the wall, Agalaga will if I didn't old all, where you were a woman one old all, even in the all. I'm not if I didn't all within a friendship. If I want one Ekwe friendship, I have brought from old all, with a Brian or break here.
Okay, that's the reason why, thank God that, like I said, that's the reason Adam has just uploaded the constitution again. That's the reason why we need to look at, because there's always a template, and the template was used. Like I mentioned, is the template they use. So ECFA, you can develop this one. Now, some of those issues, like you mentioned now, that we found out that are not consistent with our belief and the aims and objective and the motto of our association here. By the time we go to our constitution, we'll be able to point out some of those ones, and we can be able to modify it and make sure that we all agree in terms of how we want Uburu Ekwe Development Union UK to function, different from whatever Udolo or different from what ECFA, whose constitution actually is what we mirrored in that in our own, different from what they have there. We point out some of those areas that have some of those very naggy issues, and I think we can take it off from there.
Okay. Well, I'm on 620 on Avenger.
No problem, Prince. Thank you so much for your contribution.
So, in response to the culture, all the proper, go aside at here in an organization, or when you had the wrong man, or to work a feel from our board, that's a na one, or when you all free registration, only Hoga Mr. and Mrs. Osibulem. What is wrong? I call Mr. ABC Osibulem, Mrs. XYZ Osibulem. Only her fry.
Sorry. You see, when you hear the difference, but when you fill the form and you didn't fill it as Mr. and Mrs., you only fill it as Kenneth Osibulem, how are we going to know that the form is for Kenneth and the wife?
So, like,
that's so. What I'm saying that now, all the wrong to throw the line of argument that now one form, Mr. and Mrs. covered. Let us have explicit two-form registration. What is wrong in that?
Oh, wait, nothing. So what I'm just saying, EM now is, let's just come down back to the issue. The issue is that the Constitution needs to be looked at and worked upon correctly.
Agreed.
Because
yeah.
I only quoted, like I said, what's in the Constitution, just to make us aware that we need to look at the Constitution. We need to make it align with what we are saying.
What we wanted to do,
We can't be saying one thing and what we've written that somebody will hold as law is something else. So that's all I'm just trying to see, that we align. In terms of the registration, people can enter their name and their spouse name. All I just need to do, I will just tick those that are active and those that are not active. It's fine. It shouldn't cause an issue, and we can close that chapter.
Because why I was saying that is that Prince seemed to be categorically against having the details of wife and husband separate.
Your date of birth is different. Your sex is different. So you need to have a separate form for your spouse. So everywhere, that's what it is. There's no.
Guys, I like to meet Nadi, and it's good when we rub minds like this. But the truth of the matter is this: there is no human being that is 100% perfect. At least when people bring opinion, you now see the reason why things should be the way they are. I understand perfectly what people mean when they said, "How can you separate man and a woman?" But if you want to get the details of each person, it behoves on us to have the details of each person. It's very necessary to have the details of each person. We are not saying you are going to separate. When it comes to fees, like you mentioned, we can decide in our constitution that each couple in this thing should pay what we regard it as a household. But we need to get the details of each couple in our register, which is very necessary. I think that is what.
That's it.
Yeah, Uche, sorry, Judge. Unmute yourself. If you're hiding, I'm seeing you.
So I want another thing I need to iron out here.
Yeah.
Then I thought I regard to go a couple plus one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That constitution
Registration is different from
copying and pasting is bad. This is the problem. So we should stop copying and pasting. That's why we're having this issue.
So the couple now, all two individual, but they are one. They are regarded as family. Then nyam chere eji here and ka anyola ka emezi of maka onye ọla dịkwa clear and aware, when in case of when anything happen, the two people are in the same right and so on.
Yes.
I may address now the Constitution, to be honest.
Yes.
But like I said, we copied and pasted Constitution, and copying and pasting is dangerous, and this is what happens.
No,
because
actually,
we're thinking in one direction, while what's in your Constitution is in another direction. The Constitution not there. Can the man go ahead this week? Then next week we can iron out some of these issues.
Sorry.
That's my suggestion.
Sorry. The Constitution. Have we adopted the Constitution yet?
Yes, we have adopted it as a working document.
Have we adopted it?
And I said
still subject to,
subject to amendment as time goes on. Yes.
So subject to amendment. So as time goes on, okay. I just want to know because
on the platform. Let people read it. It's on the platform. Pick it up.
And again, that's a theory will not work here. Because
Kenneth, sorry, they say let's not actually delve so much on this. Like I said before, and I knew these things will come up. That's why I said we will adopt the Constitution the way it is. Then for every meeting, I even said it at the beginning of this meeting, if we read through the Constitution and found out any section of it that need to be amended, we should. I want to know, say I get between now and June that I get make this until June when we must have gone through every section of it and all areas that we are not conversant with. And like principle, what we did as at the time without this constitution was to actually get the old Olo town union constitution, get the Ekwe cultural and friendship as a constitution, and actually more or less like move, because these are associations that are operating more or less like the way that we are operating. So what we did was to move this thing and operate and move it ourselves to look at those. Is there any? There are so many things that we removed. Then we said, is there any section of it that we feel might not be too good for us as a Uburu Development Union? As time goes on, we adopted it as read. We said we give ourselves a period within which we go through all sections of it, just like we brought out this one now. If we find out that there's any contentious issue that is embedded in it, then, like we said, if we have 2 or 3 other suggestions, we can hold another meeting next week, another meeting next 2 weeks, until before June, we're able to get to a final constitution we can stamp and say, yes, this is the final one. We have gone through all the provisions from section 1 to section 8 as contained in that constitution. We are saying it is now what we want to be. And that should be the working document that we will adopt. And so be it. So please, I don't want us to start going back to what we have said. Yes, we have some people saying this, some people saying this, and we have a constitution that says this is what it is. So based on what we feel, this is the way we are supposed to operate, and based on what we have in the constitution, let's look at it. We can draft, by the time we have 2 or 3, how do they say it in this era? They say when you have 2 or 3 suggestions, then you can be able to tell the secretariat that 3 suggestions is good enough for us to call for a meeting to review that section of the constitution. So when we have 2 or 3 people actually sending submissions now, that this and this section we are supposed to change, so then we can, the secretariat can be able to call that, yes, we have reason to actually call, to actually deliberate on this. I think that is what we are supposed to do. Uchike, you are muted. You wanted to say something before.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I think what Prince was trying to say was that the wife becomes a member by virtue
of him marrying her.
Yes. And one person registers, then it covers the other person, which actually makes sense. You understand? Because by the time you duplicate the forms now, automatically it will require both of them to pay different dues. Because if we can't, the numbers will increase of the members, unless there's a specific provision that will say that these are members, but they are not contributing members. You understand?
Okay, you know, we are still going back to the constitution. We are still going back to the constitution. But another thing is that, like, you know, where this argument started was based on Basil's case, when we suggested that Hannah said that there is no need going to ask her or whatever. Said that, look, the woman has thanked us, but she's not in our WhatsApp platform, so she wouldn't even know that the meeting is holding. Then what we said is that, okay, but the agreement is that we should use people that are very close to her to actually say, Adia Mama, we know that Basil was a WhatsApp platform. We have this association who actually came to your aid on this day. If you feel you want to be part of it, we want to add you to the WhatsApp platform. I need to be, and it's in a formative state. The constitution will be sent to you. The modus operandi and everything will be sent to you so that you should be part and parcel of it. It's voluntary. It's not compulsory, but it's just trying to put her, because she might be thinking that such a thing will come, but not be communicated. So, and again, some people say, and we have some partners or some spouses that I know now, so many people know many churches. Some people will come and say their church prohibits them from joining. Meanwhile, the man wants to be. The wife see the church don't want to, or the wife wants to be. The man has said, no, the church prohibits him. So how do you do such a situation? Can you assume that because A is married to B, that A and B are members? Meanwhile, B will tell you point blank that no, my church prohibits. So many or association. So that is why we are saying we are supposed to get the consent. Remember, we are in UK. We are supposed to have each person's consent that I want to be, so that we will be able to say, yes, you have said I want to be, and we know that you are. Instead of us assuming that by virtue of we don't have anybody's marriage certificate here to say they are legally or illegally married. It's just what we are told, that some people are living together. And can we now assume that because of that, you must be, or you are supposed to? So these are the considerations why we said there is need for us to have the details of every. It's all about you giving a consent that I consent to me being a member of Uburu Development Union UK. So if you assume that because I'm registered now, I say Cheka, by whatever means, is no. The day I fill the form, I told Cheka, come and fill this form if you want to be. And she filled the form herself. I said she wants to be. So if I now assume tomorrow she say, who asked you to, who said I'm a member of this place? I'm not a member of this. So that is for registration. The other thing is for us, just be president. We're supposed to actually define that, yes, this person is a member, but it's not a contributory financial, because in case of finance, the sponsor, that one is the where we need to look at what the constitution says as per contributory financial members and non-contributory financial members, and the relationship thing, which we can sort out in due course. Okay. Kenneth, you are still not comfortable. Is there anything you want to say?
Kenneth is a bit.
I take what you say, but with a pinch of salt. The area we are all saying the same thing. But one point, I'm sure that Sabbath was made for man, not man for Sabbath. Constitution on the constitution. Or why you get define your title and that decision is what we are doing now.
Exactly.
From time to time, right?
Exactly.
So what is really intriguing me is that if we have agreed that now working there I detail, how they are one family, they are. We're not gonna separate them.
Yeah.
Then that now when they will contribute, they contribute as a household. If we agree that, is it not going and changing it in the constitution as we have agreed here, right? Than setting up another different session for entire constitution, because you know that we something that will do progressively. That's the point I'm looking at.
Okay, Kenneth, understand. But what if Kenneth, we have your details and we don't have your wife's details? What happens?
No, so let me just say something. On the form, we have next to kin. Some people put their next to kin and their relationship to their next to kin. So some put their next to kin detail like their wife and their name as the wife's name. Like I was just looking at Deb Basil's form. He put Darren's name as his wife and Darren's number there as next to kin. So we also have the option of that wife registering as a maybe non-active member, and we still consider them as one family.
Okay,
so
Ada, thank you so much. Does that next
sorry, next of kin is not a member.
That's what I'm saying. Next of kin
does not make you a member.
Exactly. It doesn't make the person a member. It doesn't. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I'm just saying, if we need the details for any reason, we'll put it there. But where, in terms of membership, like how Kenneth described it, I've just made a slight update to the Constitution now. All I was just calling out is, let's be aware that whatever we're agreeing, we are writing it down. That's all.
Yes.
That's what is true.
So I've made a slight change. I will update the second version.
Okay.
Then we'll keep going.
Keep updating until June. Okay, thank you so much. Because of time factor. Oh my God. This almost caused fight last week in Ekwe meeting. Okay.
Somebody's hand is up. I
Okay.
has hand up.
Yeah.
Say that benefits the couple square.
Yeah.
So one active.
Okay, is it about benefits?
Yeah.
The benefit, the two of them, the husband and wife are entitled to benefit, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're entitled to benefit. We will look at it also. But anyway, when we come to in terms of and benefit entitlement, I think it's part of the constitution. I think around section 5 or thereabouts. I can't remember. There's a place we talk about benefit. I think we will come to it and be able to.
Can you read it out, please? Let's.
Yeah, please.
It's on
the constitution has been posted.
It's there. I'll send it.
Okay.
I'll send the updated version now.
Yes.
Somebody's raising hand.
With the date and the version.
Exactly.
So that you guys, let's go through it. Next week we come.
We can all go through. Hygienist.
Because I joined very, very late.
Yeah, you
this issue of sports and hello here, actually.
Yeah, that caused a problem. I don't know.
I want to be here. I was really
because Kenneth was in a meeting with me last week. He almost caused problem last week in one meeting we attended. I'm telling you. So that's why I was just laughing, and that's why Prince immediately mentioned Prince just rose up. He caused me. Charles, you are in the meeting now. Charles, how do you get that meeting? Okay, it's a major issue, and the earlier we get it sorted, the better.
Anyway, so far I'm going to understand. Remember that day, I'm the first one to Can hear the registration be based on individual. then we still at the end recognize them as a couple or husband and wife. But now it's coming back again. That is exactly what I'm hearing to the stage now I joined. They want the details of each member, whether the couple, each individually. Or can you register Mr. and Mrs.? Then you write the name of this. Then in terms of next of kin, how do you incorporate it in that form? Assuming two of them came in the same form, how do you incorporate their next of kin?
Let me answer your question.
Yeah.
We've discussed it and we said that two families should register on the form separately. So in your next of kin, the wife will put my husband as the next of kin, and the husband will put the wife as the next of kin. So that's fine. We've also agreed that the constitution will be amended accordingly. That
we haven't agreed.
No, that's what we agreed just now.
Still I'm not deliberating. We're still deliberating.
We're still deliberating. Okay, I've amended the constitution anyways, and it's on the platform. Let's not overflog it, but I think we've said two families should be one household. I mean, husband and wife should be one household or one family in terms of registration, benefits, or whatever. So
yeah, sorry, hygienists are that. Why I wanted to say this thing, they say when you are in Rome, you behave like Romans. And I'm at that since 2018, there is a major revolution in UK. Before we talk about Data Protection Act, now we are talking about the General Data Protection Rights. That's the GDPR. And now we're talking about consent, individual consent in anything you do. So what I'm saying is that it is true that we came from Uburu where we can say it is a given. But there is a need for us, because of issues, need for us to know or to get the consent of whoever that is a member of Uburu. Remember, guys start to go from that November, October. Remember that when they add up to the WhatsApp, and they are not yielding, they remove themselves immediately. Can you people remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Immediately out of another, they remove themselves.
Yeah. That's good.
Meanwhile, you are thinking that the member in you, I might say, okay, the person out of another has removed himself. So that's why I'm saying you are supposed to get the consent of anybody that is becoming a member of it. So that tomorrow the person can say, I don't know when you added me to, who told you that I want to be part. So I think we need to be very sensitive. It might look so little, but it's something that is very sensitive. That's why we are saying, please, we need to get the consent of everybody that we are adding here. I think, like I said, in a check all this change.org or whatever, the constitution have been uploaded by Ada. Let us go through. There are so many contentious issues in that constitution. Let us go. Yes, there are so many. So many contentious issues. Yeah. Let us go through it and point it out. By the time we have 3 or 4 suggestions, then we can call another meeting by Sunday, so that before June, we will have gone all the 8 sections, and each section has some subsections and sub-subsections. So by the time we go through this thing, we'll be able to point out the areas we feel we need to fine-tune, so that by the time we are getting to June, then we will know that we have gone through all the sections and we have agreed as an association, this is what we want to, this is how we want to, this is our operational document that we mimic how we run and how we operate. And it will be a living document. Please, thank you so much. I don't want to discuss this again. Membership update. Do we have any new member joining? Secretary, membership updates. Any updates?
No. We don't have any new members.
I think what I will say here is that we have active and dormant members. We have some, remember when I work with some people's name. Okay, so now you want to add or back those names. And still, we are not seeing any participation in our meeting. Please, like I said, it is not compulsory. Tomorrow now, nobody's paying for anything bad. Tomorrow, somebody will come here and say, this person is a member of Uburu with the UK. When meanwhile, the person is not a member, he's just threw his name into the WhatsApp. I never attend meeting, never participate in whatever we are doing. So we need to tell anybody that for whatever reason, after 2 or 3 meetings, the person has not shown up, I think we need to ask the person why. Like now, the meeting today, thank God and tell us that he's sending his apologies. That is what we expect from everybody. He sent it to the WhatsApp platform. Everybody can see it there. Please, I won't be, because I'm going. We know the way we are here. Some of us have different timelines within which we work. He says apology. That's what I expect from anybody. So you know that this person is an active member. He says an apology. By the time we do 3 meetings, and for whatever reason, any person that is in that group has never told us why he's not attending meeting, has never participated, then we need to ask the person again. And here and a part of our constitution. If that all you say, that constitution has so many things. Hopefully that if you fail to attend meeting, ordinarily we are supposed to be holding meeting 6 times in a year. That is every 2 months. And the minimum attendance given is supposed to be 3. You are supposed to attend the minimum of 3 out of 6. So if you fail to attend the minimum of 3, if you go to we talk about termination of membership, it will lead to your membership being terminated. So I don't want to say that when we go to the constitution, all the things are highlighted and secreted in that constitution for us to know what qualifies you as a member. Since I started with this thing, and with some people that I had with their name, never been part of this thing for us. And we did something, they never participated. For how long are we going to continue like that? Tomorrow now, something happened, everybody say, no, he's a member of Uburu with the women in the UK. Like I told you people, before I know it, they're from then we're Sunday, okay, I don't know that name. I don't know anything about it. He's not a member of us, so nobody should call me about it. So we are supposed to tell people, any person nearby, and I don't hear my attending. Please tell the person that I'll call in a meeting today. If you are not attending, after 3 meetings, we will ask you. It's not compulsory. If you don't want to attend, if you are not attending, if you have some emergency or some work-related issues or some other issues, the platform is very easy. You can communicate to us, please. Come on, like thank God you did today. Please, for 1, 2, 3 reasons, I won't be part of the meeting today. And we will accept the apologies and move ahead. But by you not talking to anybody, just abandoning the meeting, I don't think we will continue to accept it going forward. I don't know when you have anything to say about it.
Yeah, because actually I told Ken when I was supposed to join. I do understand he must have made the announcement in the meeting.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm trying to say, from the onset, this information has been clearly made that this is not compulsory, and we can't continue living such a maybe going to the person, asking the person or this. It's straightforward. Maybe we give certain duration of time. If we need to, we remove the person in the WhatsApp group. As simple as that. There's no need of going to begging the person, do you still want to join or do you do that? No. Even if we have 5 or 10 that is happy, it's enough.
Yeah. Is it not how many of us, 12 of us, without anything, we collected 1,000? So what some people that doesn't want to be part of this?
Nothing has even started.
When nothing has even started.
Yeah. So that's it.
What are we talking about? Thank you, Haji. And when any other things to say? Okay, thank you so much. Kenneth, I want you to take the lead. Please, I want to excuse myself for 5 minutes. Okay, I talk about registration. I think it's obvious now that we should start talking about officially registering Uburu Ekwe Development Union as we say as a charity organization, right? I quite happy.
Yeah.
We register as a charity so that with the registration papers, we can be able to start talking about opening on our accounts. Now, I know the last time we used, I want to thank Ada. Ada nominated her account, which we use. So I hope all those things, they will start taxing you, the tax person, where you come from. Okay. Okay. So I think the earlier we go through the provisions in our constitution and do the necessary amendments, it will help us a whole lot. Because that's the constitution we will use for our registration with the charity organization. So the earlier we review that thing, the better for us. I will like, to be sincere, I will like between now and before June, I will like everything that has to do with that constitution done. Then we will be talking about registering ourselves as a charity organization, then possibly getting an account opened for us, because it's very essential that we do all those things. Then latest, by June, please, I would like us to religiously go through the provision of the Constitution. The Constitution has a provision for what our annual dues should be. What our, what's it called? Some of the assistance that we give to a staff and who is entitled to, like if somebody loses their father, loses their mother, loses their spouse, or if somebody dies, what will be our responsibility? Let me say it here. One of the major reasons why people join town unions in the Western world is in case of the unfortunate thing happens. The town union actually takes responsibility for that. That is one of the major reasons. Like I'm a member of Ekwe Cultural and Friendship Association. If any member of that association dies, the town union takes the corpse to Nigeria. It's not even negotiated. We don't negotiate it. The family doesn't participate in it. The town, all of us that are in the ECFA, will take charge of moving that person to Nigeria. And here they can wake up in Agemebo or whatever. Those are, then, if any of us, I'm talking about the Agriculture and Friendship Association, if any person, the father dies, even with some amount of money that is given to a member, the father or mother, to assist. We are not saying to say we are going to do it. The money is dedicated to assist the person in the whatever the person is doing. Then, if any of our member here, the child or whatever, is doing anything like graduation, there are some provisions that are stated there. So I would like us to go through some of those things. Then any area, because when I say there are contentious issues, these are the things that bring so many contention. And when some people will be, I have to look, my father, my mother, so why should I be talking about this again or whatever? Some people are saying, look, I don't have any this thing. Why should I be talking about it? You need to be in some time, you know, so it's a major issue, but I would like us to go through it so that we can actually position ourselves where the earlier we get all these things resolved, before, if possible, we can be holding meeting every two weeks now until we get all these things resolved, because I want all this to be resolved by latest mid-June, so that we're talking about registering our association and getting a bank account for us. Then all those amounts that are stated, how much are we going to pay and how much are the benefits and entitlement to everybody? Then we were able to resolve all these things. Then July 1, we will start officially as Uburu. Then people will start paying their dues. From July, month of July, people will start paying their dues, whatever that should be paid going forward. Then we know that we have now formally started as an association. Any comments from anybody or suggestion? Okay. Yeah.
Chairman, he could not nanya. Ma, you are to equal. I am on a number. Oh, him, Mbani, Bido, own association sometime. Madam Misha, he had a meeting, Yarako, and Maramala Maukwe. Yum Granny how on your own this UK. Akigan, considering Otessa as I. Because Wambo, Roangoka belong to either the Friendship and Cultural Association or whatever. Now, one of the constitutional responsibility. You are the Uburu, Mam said, oh, a chair wrong, Macane kitten, I don't know, Bible.
Yeah.
So, that day, sir, when you can, I couldn't get any, keep it belong go to either a Friendship and Cultural Association or old or low meeting. I was misunderstood, right? And there was a retortion. But few months later, on Basila, on Agreli Basil here. And you want as individual body on our Jayaka, Iblozi single-handedly. So that was the point. So I think my appeal and for going now old or lose one. You can what non involved like their dues. So can I consider lemma?
All the association are 10 pounds every 2 months. 10
pounds every 2 months. So
10 pounds every 2 months.
That can be an insurance cover for us, right? So that any of such things. But also
okay, Uche, wanted to say something.
Yeah, can it make a lot of sense there?
Yeah.
Okay, Uche, yeah.
The only thing I'm trying to add to that now. And when you don't have this association, they can as well link us up. I'm a man of Ekwe friendship before, but I think I was a bit dormant.
Okay.
I'm from that one, but I also want to look at link guy up, and then I know those ones. Put life forward to become members of those ones. So that they're very helpful.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them, to be sincere, Uburu Development Union is too formal when you come to a meeting. Some of those meetings, you got a meeting, the next meeting, you would like to be part of that meeting again. Because it's so annoying when you go to that meeting. Here, we are so formal. You can see our meeting, be organized. Some of those meetings, if you get to that meeting, you'll be annoyed. You will say, what am I even doing here? Okay, Ada, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I try to go come join the Ekwe Friendship Union, and them graduating, it was hectic. I couldn't stand the arguments, the fighting, get the book. It was horrible. And that was the end. Because first impression, they say it lasts long. So sadly, I left. But you notice so far is everybody, they believe so much that the main objective for this meeting, unions abroad, is to support during burial. I mean, but for me, personally, this is my personal opinion, I think we have to try and look just beyond that.
Developmental efforts and so many things.
Not even that. Let me say something.
Leadership.
Let me just say just one thing. Them na office one day, one white lady sitting next to me, her auntie died. Then send this link. And can you look at this website? I looked at the website. One charity organization somewhere in the east, Enugu or somewhere, one of this church. Also, the auntie woman, a white woman without a child, without a husband, without anything. But she had a lot of money. She willed substantial amount of money to this organization. And I sat there thinking to myself, how many of our people in diaspora still remember their people back home, other than to just take their body back home and dump it, put it in the ground there and that's it. But this is somebody who is a core-British woman without a husband. She said she left substantial amount of money for this organization. Yes, the money will get to them, but will they use it for what? I said, yes, I think that it was handled by the Catholic Church. I said, as long as it's going to the Catholic Church, I'm 100% sure they will use it for what it's meant for. I'm just saying that generally we should maybe try and just look beyond just taking bodies to the east and putting it in the ground and forgetting about our people. That's what I'm just saying. Because some of us have wills, we have all those things. If we have something, say, okay, in memory of this person, I want this doing in your insurance. Even so, I had a friend here, has spent the 10 kobo because the father paid for everything. All they needed to do was to go there. The father paid for his carrying his coffin back to the east, paid for everything. All they needed to do was to show up. So I've seen people do that in London. So all I'm just saying, let it not be the main focus for our meeting. It's good, it's fine, but let's try and diversify a bit.
Thank you, Ada. Thank you for that. I think, like I said, there are several reasons. I want to go back to the Constitution. I think section 1 of it, of the Constitution, that will tell you the objectives, why we set up. It didn't say that it's just to carry people home. That's not what he stated there. That's section 1. Carrying people home is coming in terms of, I think around section 5 or 6, where I talk about in case of death and benefits or what, that's why I can. But actually, if you go to section 1, it will tell you about the whole reason, the whole essence of setting up the association, which I believe we will go through. Thank you so much. And when you're not anything to add? Okay. I think the next thing we have here is, like I said, in terms of agenda or program, let us, like I mentioned now, let us use between now and next month, get our constitution resolved, get our registration resolved. Then from July 1, we will start officially as an association. And I think somebody has said it here, Hajinu said it, which I believe everybody concord, that all these dormant people that have never surfaced, we are not begging anybody. Anybody, any of them, maybe you will ask, are we able to give us the names of all these dormant people that are inactive people? Then we should be able to tell them that, look, we are removing your name going forth because you are not participating in whatever we are doing. And we are not comfortable having people, we are claiming to be numbers when we don't actually have that numbers. We want to be sure that every number that we have are financial and active members. I think that is that. Then in terms of updates from home, of course, it's very sad. I talk about that Sunday Okechukwu. Please, and when you that guy, and when the guy Sunday Okechukwu.
That's somewhere very well. Maybe 2 weeks before this sad event, and that is a pastor in a church in London.
And when you're somewhere, when
I don't. In Nigeria, but I was surprised. Somebody said he's here.
London.
Yeah, even he's from Henry that said that Gabriel called from Germany that he's here. So one of our brothers who resides in Ukraine, equally confirmed so. So even I called in Nigeria, my brother said even his people don't even know that he resides here in London. So I told him that we don't even know the part of UK where he resides. I don't know whether it's in London, but we are talking of UK now.
They say he's in London.
He's in London.
They say he's in London. I spoke with the chairman of Uburu in Germany, Celestine Unichi. He said he himself personally in December called him and said, look, Nana Yoche was acting chairman of Uburu that. Oh yeah, my number. The guy I see an church. It has happened.
No, even in Germany, in the same way they say he had been living a solitude life. So maybe the same, he carried the same along here.
It's very sad. But
very
don't know where
I guess the church will take responsibility in anything they want to do. So I think that should be okay.
Whatever. Okay, in terms of other updates from him, I know we are aware, I think Ada posted it. I want to, on behalf of the association, we want to extend our condolences to the Osuchukwu's family. I hope for some of us that know where Ozuome of Chief George Osuchukwu has died, has joined the ancestors. And we have our member here, Ada, a very active member, and is the uncle. So we want to actually commiserate with her. And Ozuome is a well-known figure in the town. I don't think there's any of us here that doesn't know him as a person. He's the first person that I'm aware that has gone to the Federal House of Representatives, and is involved in so many things in the community. I think it's to be a very huge one. Whatever it is if there is anything, I think we can be able to reach out and commiserate with her individually and collectively on anything happening there. I was at home for just 10 days. I was in Lagos for my brother's burial. And when I got home, now, I am tired. Early my brother on 14th, on 15th, early mad on 16th, early mad on 17th, early mad on 18th, early mad on 19th, early mad every day. I'm beginning to be, I don't know what is happening because it's scary. I know some of us, I
know him. I had equally late.
The man equally died last week. And I don't know. There is this, of course, when my Onyebukwa, no more, the mother, Mrs. Onyebukwa, just buried the guy. Of course, we know Mrs. Nnodi. There is another from Mbakwe family, one woman there, God's Power's wife, where she died, and the mother from Umunjo, Mrs. Umo, also died. I don't know. There is this guy. There are forces. So there is this Akubu in Ekwe. There is this Obwebulem. There are several. I can't even count the number. So the pastor non break. He have an agenda. He have an enterprise now, conducting burial. Charlie na one go make Charlie is I don't know. I don't know. It's scary. Then of course I know that all of us see what happens. The insecurity in Nigeria now is, and the most state I rule the worst. Although now is like a no-go area. In my autonomous community, Sunjabadra divide into many places. Last week, the Eze of Ishobishi, they kidnapped the guy in Isu Park. They went and kidnapped him when he was going to work. So Eze of Ishobishi. I thought insecurity. When I got to him, I was using Mopo. Can you imagine me in Agari everywhere left right side? I had to go and carry 2 Mopo throughout for me to even stay in the village. There is fear everywhere. I go move around. Now there is so much insecurity everywhere. Eastern Security Network, there is a Bubago Security Network, there is police, there is army, there is vigilante. Unknown gunmen, I don't know what they call it. Unknown men and unknown gunmen everywhere is scary. So let's talk to our people. Everything on them. Like I mentioned when we started this meeting, we have been able to get that our bridge and that road. It has been listed this year in Ministry of Wars, Ministry of Wars, as one of the roads that they will do. And it has been listed and been gazetted. I think there was something we sent to this thing when the director of RAMP, Rural Access Management Program, actually said it, that the Okwodo Bridge and the Ekwe Bridge has been listed as one of the roads they will do this year. The Supreme Court governor was supposed to visit us, but with the threat, the ESN, the man is not going anywhere now. He's always in Abuja running for his life. Not even go anywhere. He has invited the whole litany of army now to Imo State, and they are doing all types of nonsense. So there is so much insecurity and so much fear. And because of that, his proposed visit to Ekwe was cancelled. So I don't know when that thing will come again. But he was actually supposed to come and see that bridge and that road that they've listed. I think that is that. Then the church, the St. Andrew's Anglican Church, so many of us have joined other churches, but whether we like it or not, that is our home church somehow. So for the first time, they'll be hosting the synod of the Anglican Diocese of Olo. I think they are hosting the synod from, is it 21st to 23rd or 22nd to 23rd.
It's 21st to 23rd.
Yeah, 21st to 23rd. They'll be hosting the synod of the Anglican Diocese of Olo. So many of us, they've told us that we are supposed to host the allocated, some of us, Ndige hosts, so bishops, Ndige hosts, archdeacon, Ndige hosts, that they will stay in your house for that 3 days that they are coming. If any of us feels on your lot touch, you know, we want to support it because they are looking for money from everywhere they get money now to host it. Any of us all touch, you know, I can, if you reach me, if you have anything to give them, I will talk to the Archdeacon Venerable Ubede, then you can be able to appreciate and send to them to support them. Sure. I think that's that. Then finally, before we go to any other matter, I know for so far, it's almost getting to 5-6 months we started. I know we've had our acting executives. By the time we finish what I say we will do by June, I believe that by July, we'll be talking about having an election for us to have our proper executives. And if you go to that constitution, you can see the respective positions that are listed. So anybody can choose what he or she believes he can. So and start preparing your mind. You can start campaigning now in terms of what you want to be, whether you want to be chairman, vice chairman, or whatever. You can start campaigning now, talking to members about your post so that they will vote for you. But I believe that by July, we'll be able to start talking about having elected positions or people to take over those elected posts. I think those are the other issues I have. Any other business from anybody?
Chair, sorry, I want to ask you if by any chance you had the opportunity of delivering our letter to the secretary in council. As a, you know, there was a letter that I sent to you while you were in Nigeria.
Did you not send it?
No.
Oh boy, I did. You know, I didn't. True, I didn't. Okay, we will talk about it. We will talk about it after the meeting. Okay. So that I'll be able to forward it to him, please. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't just support.
And because I'm become. You know, during the meeting, I could my membership. Follow Munna.
Yes.
You know, I did involved, and they missed the talk from back home from Ekwe.
Any small thing, break with the government.
Okay, I'm not chimpo. I will carry Shubaha. No, how go home, London. That is quite paramount, very important. How many identify with your name? Otherwise, so things going to happen. And then what I reach place the easy. Then you cook not by now phone, not one dinner by now, sing way, and you know here, and one hand. You are no. So never she make a hammer, all the audio camp like had identify with the union no the form of Kita. No here. Just to get that awareness, just to make them know. You know?
Well, thank you, Fai. The truth of the matter is that I spoke with the President General of Uburu, that's Stephen Chukukere. I spoke with him, Obranolo. So I said, that we are trying to form this. We are trying to form that. Maybe use all this incident of Basel now, where that look, the saving grace now, Basel was able to join the although whatever in Manchester, those people that gave them £1,500. But although no, those people will have been responsible for everything, and because that is part of their constitution, just like ECFA is part of it. Though I've told him, and he believed that he will challenge it, but we still know our people now around here. I'm many of our people now around here. I'm happy. Okay, thank God, Batra immediately. Thank God, Onyema require Batra. I didn't sure no 2 months. Or 1 month. Or 1 month or Batra, and he joined us. Or 1 month because he was happy when he heard that break with the he joined immediately. Or 1 month. So that you are a church does not mean okay. And when you
exactly
now,
Every more in Nigeria, I mad.
Some people with a wrong impression about joining meeting. Nobody. They were thinking that they come to expose the behavior, but they'll be exposed or whatever. So it's high time. I mean, whenever I'm going out, like I call it the importance. Because when you went that wrong impression about you join, like Ekwe something. Now I got a meeting Ekwe. Now I call the you know. That's why the fact in any organization, I get where some people with different ways of talking and different way of behavior. So we have to put that into consideration. And that doesn't stop you from identifying yourself with your people. You know, because people they want wrong impression about joining union. I tell you this, but this is something. I joined. On a ben I'm secretary. The minister, the friend that better meeting. And it is a long one with you, hey, that means here I got secretary. But you may distance myself from it. I get people I don't have this time. You know, yeah, meeting. That shouldn't debar me from identifying with our people.
Thank you so much. Emma, if I hear I didn't know that's the plan they had. Because when I joined them, I got me on that. It says Anya Kudo that went to do underground work and ensure that I was made the vice chairman so that I will bring sanity into order. Because to be sincere, if you go to that Ekwe culture and friendship meeting, you will go out from there because it's you will go out from there. You have nonsense. You know when you should not. And I call you everywhere or whatever. So at times I try to stabilize, I try to actually, you see, we are so formal here. Yeah, you can see us discussing. That place you will see only a Kruger Weber, and then when you see and I call MHR meeting, Emma agreed something 2 weeks ago. Somebody is blittering on with Buddha here again. How Buddha discuss why he doesn't, you start wondering, no, this is not the way to run. But if people that are supposed to correct such things are now distancing themselves away, then you can never get that place from our life. That's why we encourage people to be part. A whole lot of things are changing and people are coming to realize that the long and short, like you said, please, I need only Uburu no eba, no na United Kingdom. How like I have a wish paka. I say Ozushi wish. And you can want Allah. I'm not going to raise you. That is what it is. Look, let me tell you, if anything happens to you, that's when you will know that they are just strangers. They are never your brothers or your kinsmen. I'm telling you. You will not be there again by that time. It will fall on those your kinsmen that you are supposed to be part and parcel of. So let's try to tell all our people that we are not doing anything traditional. We are not going to Uzi. Now let him not Uzi meet.
Yeah.
It's still existing. It's still existing.
It's just for us to know each other once in a while, talk to each other, know that each other is healthy. Look at what happened. This COVID and everything, man. How many people that died in the United Kingdom? 100 and something thousand. And look at all of us. So it helps us to know that each of us is here. And you never can tell. By the time we start, this meeting start growing, like something like that said, there will be other benefits that this meeting will bring. And also when we start joining the meeting, based on where you are, there might be opportunities that will be coming up, which you can decide to share in our platform with our people to know that this is also opportunities existing. If you can tap into it, or if you can be able to look at it and see how you can use it to, I think those are some of the intangible benefits that we accrue from joining a type of association like us. So I will employ everybody as much as possible, please. But from my own side, I'm going to the President General, and I'm going to raise your name Ekwe too. Our people name here that look, there's need for us them. One year on a United Kingdom and even Ireland. That now I may meeting by Zoom. I don't know how I visit. I won't care as no brand here. Let the person try and join. Okay. Any other business?
Just one thing. If I thank God they register better, I just look through the list now.
And if I know God, they
register.
Just look at the list, and you too.
Uche.
So because you shouldn't register, the link on the WhatsApp group now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. In the absence of any further meeting, Max, Ubawike, can you lead us in closing prayer?
Okay. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
In the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Father, Lord, we thank you for what you have done in our life today. Thank you for bringing us together and reason well. Father, Lord, we say, may your name alone be glorified in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Father, as the meeting is going to end now, Lord, protect us and guide us, oh Lord, until the next meeting in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Amen. This meeting is recorded and it will be sent to the link almost immediately after now. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice week.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Hello, Saka.
Hello, Jovek.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, Tim.
Adamma. Mana daji kuta sef. Amadamma. Osi ejida. Nwere idea.
Nwere ma kwa ugboro niile m kpọrọ phone ya enwere ka epik. I don't know. Ọsa anwara m njakịrị so ọ mara ngene epik the phone ka ọ
Na osi ya dị hospital ya nọ n'ụlọ ọgwụ says for a long time. Kemgbe ahụ mana anya kuchara last. Yeah, also that she was stealing blood or something like that. So na ya chọrọ na ịbịa bịa ileta ya. M na-agwa na ya si ya bet na mgbe egbuso bịara na oge okporo ya garịcha ebe niile ihe stọpụrụ chidi ekporo ya wepụta nnọọ one weekend na ya mago so ya nothing ya na-ejide na ahụ ọda. Yeah, but that is what he should have done all this while. What I know about the right na what I want ohere at all. Quarter but all man they create ohere for so we discussed extensively. Bob Rajwazimo onye mechi na nonsense as process. Now now I have to explain certain things. So that's the clear picture. Na ụka na ọhịa ka m gabigara from day one na onye ọdụkwa ya na mmanụ na-ebi na onye ọdụkwa onye ya na mmanụ na-ebi atọ. So that was it, because initially she was like trying to nkọkwara ya major thing kpe ahụ ka m gwa ya about my campaign ego m ya sị m na m agwadokwana ihe kemgbe she said yes no the first ka m na-akọrọ the first I've been a second notification. So today, this morning, or yesterday. So this thing is getting me because the man we are that level. See, I'm a girl. I will damage a lot because they are taking me for food and taking me for ride. I will damage a lot. So you give them some come for that ngwa dajili m hapụ ya. So agwala m dajili mgbe m kpọrọ ya na-agwa ya ka ọ nọ na-ajizi m ka abịa mejiere m na mechi si ya mejiere onye kpọrọ ọgwụla nwoke ọdọdemenu ya na ya biri ka mụ na ya ga-abịa imeji kind of mejiere ihe ahụ nwede ihe m na just na nwa in this life ihe jikọrọ m na ya nwa ihe m na-eche eche ha ga-enye m akwụkwọ divorce, sign. So, we spoke extensively, and you know, not complain that I actually be a December. I wouldn't actually be a one F. The wouldn't one F. And then with the motor, my gum road, John Nanama. Yeah, so that's the question, the right thing by you have or one day, I would one day, let them. Yes, okay, but when I just me, I'm going to get the sense of one of the man. What men I get me. What is it?
Okay, I'm not remember about that. You live on your question on your cover. I'm about several, but the phone rings and rings out, right? So it doesn't get picked. So I'm not I wonder more.
You remember the camera.
Before, so us let them when we check the number that directly.
Okay.
Okay. Make my boy so bad. Okay, more or think gonna go why on okay. The rest of the talk we will take it on phone.
All right, one. All right, take it.
Chicken.
Yeah.